Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, your host on Intellect Digest, and in this video I'm going to compare the Samsung Galaxy Alpha with the iPhone 6. I know they are very differently priced devices and they are very differently spec devices as well, but there are many commonalities between these two. These are high build quality phones from respective brands. They come with the similar screen sizes and similar display resolution. There are many options and features which are similar on these phones. So let's go ahead and compare the Samsung Galaxy Alpha with iPhone 6. The first thing I'm going to compare is the display. So let me first turn the display to maximum brightness and then show you a picture which is saved on both of these phones. So this is on maximum brightness now. Let me do the same for the Samsung Galaxy Alpha as well. This is on the maximum brightness as well. Then I'll show you the same picture on the mid brightness level. So we go to gallery quickly and we have saved a picture here. This is the same picture that we have downloaded on both of these phones. This is a picture that we have opened on both of the displays. The top one is the Samsung Galaxy Alpha and the bottom one is the iPhone 6, and they are both on maximum brightness. Now let me tone down the brightness a bit on both of these phones and show you how well it looks. Now I'm going to turn the display brightness to around 50% on both of the phones. So this is right in the middle, somewhere around 50%. And let me do the same to the Samsung Galaxy Alpha as well. This is somewhere in the middle, around 50%. Let's press OK, get out and open the gallery app, Photos app here and the gallery app here. And now let's compare these two. Viewing experience is equally good. The viewing angles are also equally good. So when it comes to display, I'm gonna give it a tie because they are both very similar when it comes to display quality. However, the AMOLED display are slightly more power efficient. In next test, I'm going to run an audio clip on the same clip on both of the phones, and I'm going to turn the volume to maximum first. So here we have the volume to maximum on the iPhone, and here we have the volume to maximum on the Samsung Galaxy Alpha. This clip is the same clip which is streaming from YouTube. I'm gonna play on both phones one by one, and you can compare. The speakers are at the bottom on both of the phones and approximately the same placement towards the right hand side from the front. This is Samsung Galaxy Alpha, fairly loud. This is the iPhone 6, slightly louder, as well as there is some level of bass that I feel on the iPhone 6. So in terms of audio, I think iPhone 6 is slightly superior to the Samsung Galaxy Alpha. Next, we are gonna do a video playback test. So I'm gonna play same video from YouTube on both of these phones one by one, and you can judge which one does sound better and look better. Both have around a 720p kind of high definition display. Let's first do it on the Alpha. And if you have just bought an iPhone 6 or 6 Plus, in this video I'm going to tell you how to activate your iPhone 6 or 6 Plus. This is on the maximum volume. Let me stream the same video on the iPhone 6 and show you how it sounds here and how it looks. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, your host on Intellect Digest. And if you have just bought an iPhone 6 or 6 Plus, in this video I'm going to tell you how to activate your iPhone 6 or 6 Plus in very easy steps. There are two ways to activate. So as you can see, the video viewing experience is also very similar, but iPhone 6 has slight advantage because the sound is louder on the iPhone 6 compared to the Samsung Galaxy Alpha. Now let's do a camera test between the Samsung Galaxy Alpha and the iPhone 6. The iPhone 6 on paper has a less mightier 8 megapixel camera at the rear, whereas the Galaxy Alpha comes with a 12 megapixel autofocus camera. I'm gonna put both on automatic mode, take the same shot with both of the phones, and then compare the same. So let's first try with the Samsung Galaxy Alpha. And let's try the same thing with the iPhone 6. Let's compare the shot that we have just taken. Let's see how the picture comes out to be and how much is the clarity. So the first thing that I notice is that by default the Galaxy Alpha is shooting in 16:9 display aspect ratio, whereas the iPhone 6 is shooting in 4:3. by default, and as you can see, some part of the sides of this frame are cropped because of the same. You can see this mug is larger in this, but overall the lens is wider on the iPhone. As you can see, there are more vertical area on the iPhone 6. These pens in the pen stand, you can see there is some empty area on top of that, which is because it has a wider lens compared to the Samsung Galaxy Alpha. When it comes to clarity, let's zoom into the picture and see how well the detailing has come out to be. And as you can see, the detailing is slightly higher on the iPhone 6. Let's compare here, and you can see the detailing is better on the iPhone 6 compared to the Samsung Galaxy Alpha. However, it is not far behind. Let's try and zoom into the rear object here and see the clarity of text. The clarity of text seems to be better on the Galaxy Alpha, maybe because these two are focusing on different objects. While this is focusing more on the front object, this one is focusing more on the rear object, which is why the clarity is different at different places on the picture. But overall, the quality of picture is quite comparable. If you prefer shooting in 16:9, Samsung Galaxy Alpha will do a slightly better job. However, they are both very good when it comes to rear camera. Besides having a difference in megapixels, they both do a good job. Now let me show you the front facing camera on both. Again, when it comes to front facing camera, the Samsung Galaxy Alpha has an advantage. It comes with a 2.1 megapixel camera compared to a 1.2 on the Samsung Galaxy Alpha. And the Samsung Galaxy Alpha is also wider. As you can see, the area that it is capturing is much larger compared to the iPhone 6. Let me take a front facing shot on both of these phones and then compare the same. Let's put them to a comparison and see how much clarity they capture. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit closer to the forehead area, and as you can see, the detailing is slightly better on iPhone 6 because it is not applying any filters, while the Samsung Galaxy Alpha is applying some filters of the beauty face. Let me turn off this beauty face feature to see if that makes any difference. I'm just gonna put it to 0 and take this shot again. This time again, let's zoom in closer, and still the detailing is not that high on the front facing camera. So while the megapixels may be slightly higher on the front camera of the Samsung Galaxy Alpha and the angle is again wider, the detailing it captures should be theoretically more, but when it comes to the actual results, you can see the detailing is slightly higher on the iPhone 6 camera because probably it is using larger pixel size on the sensor or a different software algorithm. Let's also talk about the design and build quality of these phones. They are both one of the front runner phones from the respective brands, and the iPhone is a total unibody design and has a SIM ejector tray on the right hand side, whereas the Samsung Galaxy Alpha comes with a removable back. The Galaxy Alpha has a plastic back shell, whereas the entire phone casing is made out of metal, so it is fairly sturdy. It comes with a Gorilla Glass 3 protection at front, and same is the case with the iPhone 6, but iPhone 6 is comparatively higher priced and is larger in physical size as well, besides having almost the same display and display resolution. When it comes to the feel of the phones, the iPhone does feel better because of the rounded edges, but the Samsung Galaxy Alpha also feels very premium in hand and does not lag much behind when it comes to design. It is a personal preference, but I prefer this sort of design better where we have chamfered edges. So the previous generation of iPhones looked slightly better compared to the iPhone 6 that is more rounded and is totally round now. Now let's talk about one very important factor, which is the user experience. The user experience on iOS is very different from the user experience that you get on Android. While the iOS is simpler, gives you less clutter and less options to play with, the Android on the other hand is slightly more complicated, gives you much more options to play with, and is a bit difficult for people to adapt to compared to iOS, whereas it gives you much more freedom and functionality to play with. So if you're a power user, or if you want to use a device the way you like and you want to really mold it the way you like, you should go with Android. Whereas if you're a person who loves simplicity and does not want any sort of clutter, is looking for a neat and clean user experience, then in that case iPhone 6 would be a better choice. In terms of specification, definitely the iPhone is not comparable to the Samsung Galaxy Alpha, which has much superior specifications both in terms of CPU, GPU, as well as the RAM and the total performance that it delivers. But because of its superior software optimization and very tightly controlled software environment as well as hardware environment, the iPhone still manages to perform as good as the Samsung Galaxy Alpha when it comes to day-to-day tasks like opening apps, switching apps, as well as moving between applications, managing your data, multitasking, etc. Summing up my comparison between the iPhone 6 and the Samsung Galaxy Alpha, I would consider it a tie because the iPhone 6 brings you some advantages, but it is also priced higher compared to the Samsung Galaxy Alpha. Whereas the Samsung Galaxy Alpha, on the other hand, is slightly behind in some features like the camera clarity on the front camera and the loudness of the speaker and the kind of user experience that it is able to deliver on iPhone. But still, I would say they are very good in their respective departments, and I would ask you to pick one based on your choice for iOS or Android, because they are both front runners and they do not disappoint in any department. They both do very good when it comes to performance, specifications, features, display, gaming, camera, audio video performance. So it is a thumbs up from me for both of these devices. I'll leave some direct links to the best buy prices in the description section as well as on your screen if you want to pick one for yourself. This is all we have on this quick video comparison. We hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please press the thumbs up button. For more such videos from Intellect Digest, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. This is your host Rohit Khurana signing off. Thanks for watching.